This is what we're up against. The Daily Caller, Obama administration tells landlords they cannot refuse to house criminals. The Obama administration released a warning telling the nation's landlords that it may be discriminatory to refuse to rent those with criminal records. The Fair Housing Act does not include criminals as a protected class, but the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, says refusing to rent based on a criminal record is a form of racial discrimination due to racial imbalances in the U.S. justice system. Ladies and gentlemen, these you-know-whats need to be dragged out of the bureaucracy and thrown to the streets. This is why we cannot elect a Hillary Clinton president of the United States or a Bernie Sanders or whomever. Look at how they lie and cheat and deceive. The Fair Housing Act has nothing to do with criminals. Nothing to do with criminals. And yet this administration has a soft spot for criminals. This administration has used the Fair Housing Act, again an act in the 1930s, to advance its national zoning policies, compelling communities to have low-income housing, not based on race, but based on income. So now you cannot, quote-unquote, discriminate against anyone based on their income when it comes to building and selling homes. You cannot, quote-unquote, if you're a landlord, discriminate against anyone who has a criminal record because more minorities have been in prison than not. That's not what the Fair Housing Act says. That's not the purpose of the Fair Housing Act. This guy, Julian Castro, the HUD secretary, he's having a hell of a good time over there with his disgusting political agenda. And where's Congress? What are we going to do? Can't shut down the government. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why the Obama administration is running mad to the finish line before all these fools get out of office. Because if you're not going to deny funds to these departments and agencies, if you're not going to withhold funds from Obama and his people, even in a long, tough, couple-of-month fight over the government shutdown and all the rest, then there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do when you surrender the power of the purse. Can't impeach everybody, and they're not going to do that anyway. This is why McConnell is a disgrace, an absolute pathetic disgrace, and he's still there.